Hi everybody, Lisa here with another Vera Bradley bag of the day. Today I want to wish everybody happy National Unicorn Day. That's right, it's a day. And as I always say, you can check me, Google it. But because of that, I thought it was a perfect opportunity to break out all of my Tavern on the Green and just sort of share it. Because for people who might not be aware, Tavern on the Green, which is a real vintage pattern, and of course I forget the year off the top of my head. Let me see if I can find it while I'm talking. And the Vera Bradley Pattern Archive, if you're not familiar, the Vera Bradley website does have a page of retired patterns. It's not complete, but there's a lot in there and it goes back pretty far, and Tavern on the Green is in there. So it's a real vintage pattern, and it does have unicorns in it. And so, of course, as soon as, I discovered that there were unicorns in this pattern, I felt like could feel the I could feel the obsession starting. That feeling of dread coming. Oh no, not another one. So, Tavern on the Green is really just a lovely pattern. And with some patience, it is possible to find pieces in really good condition, and I have a bunch of them, but I don't rush with anything vintage that I'm buying, and it's hard sometimes. I mean, I have made a few poor purchases because I've been anxious and I bought too quickly, and the items haven't been good. But it's really only, I would say it's been less than 5 purchases that happen like that. I really do, I'm strict with myself, and I really do, with the vintage, make myself slow down and really examine the photos and the seller reviews carefully when I am buying, and it's worked out for me. I've had some success. I want to say this pattern is like, I don't want to make a mistake here, but I want to say it's like 1990. I'm not sure if that were 90 or 99 maybe. But it's a black background with flowers and squirrels and rabbits like frolicking in a field. That's what this reminds you of, and it has just the best trim. Yes, fall 1990. So this is quite a vintage pattern, and it has this great trim. To start, since I did put some of my stuff in here just to show how this bag keeps its shape, because it's sort of an unusual bag. This is the Hoosier Bag. It's very square. It's just like this big square, and the top has this large, that's that toothy plastic zipper you see on a lot of the vintage, or most of the vintage stuff. It runs diagonally across the top. So I thought that was interesting when I saw this online. I had never seen this style before. And then, in addition, there's like this covered button with a loop closure, so you can, bring the top together like that, which I never bother to do because I don't want to stress this covered button. What are you doing there? Don't jump. Whatever you do, don't jump, please. She's discovered that she actually is brave enough to try to jump off the bed now, and it just, every time she does it, she lands okay, but I'm always nervous she's going to hurt herself. Anyway, so when I saw this, I thought this is an unusual bag, and look at how it makes use of the trim. The trim runs, across like that, and so you really get this beautiful look at it. And right there is the unicorn. And of course, I mean, there's a squirrel in the trim. There we go. There's a rooster, another unicorn. There's a stag too. Where's the stag? It's a little cut off. There's one cut off in the corner there. But I have other pieces and you can get a better look at the stag. Oh, here's the stag. Well, technically, I don't really know if it's this. I mean, typically, I think a stag is sort of a red color, but deer. So, you know, what's so nice about this is that it's not just about the trim. You know, there's all this beautiful, look at this flower there up top, this red, look at the detail in there. And of course the rabbit. And it's nice because there's no obvious top or bottom in this. Forget about the trim. In the body fabric. Because sometimes the bunnies will be, it's very, the foliage work is very swirly. And so sometimes, you know, one of the critters will be right side up, another one will be upside down in any given area of the fabric. So it makes it easier for pattern placement and when you're considering stuff, because you're going to get something, you know, that's the right way. There are also birds. Let's see if I can find some birds. There are some lovely birds in this. They look like they might be woodpeckers. This particular bag may not have. Here's a good one on the bottom, but I have them on other pieces. There. This one. Bird. I mean, look how pretty that bird is. Look at all the detail in that bird. Even just within the blue on the head, there's more than one shade of blue. And of course, there's that patterning in the tail feathers. Those bluebells under the squirrel there. I love any kind of flower like that that's like a bluebell. It looks like it's sort of on a stem and sort of drooping. There's another bird right there. That blue crest. I really like cornflower blue. And look at the leaf, the pattern in this leaf design with the leaves within the leaf. See, there's just a lot going on, and it's so lovely. It's just really well named, I feel like. Now this bag, like I said, the Hoosier, it's not a bag style. I mean, I liked it for the use of the trim, but only because of this pattern in the trim. I mean, I've seen this bag style in other patterns and I have no interest. The strap drop is very long. It's long for me. It doesn't hit on my body where I would like, but I can't figure out any way to adjust that without, you know, actually cutting the straps, and I'm not going to do that, obviously. So this is about 11 by about 10 and 10. So, you know, almost really a true square. So I've got my stuff in here just to show what it looks like with stuff in it. You know, if people can see the shape of it, and I'll put it on, but then I'll move my stuff around maybe to one of the other bags. I do think I might have to run out today, unfortunately. So I might, I don't think this would be the bag I would use just because I want something maybe is a little bit bigger so I can get in and out of it easier. With my rubber gloves and stuff, my latex gloves and stuff. Strange times. Whoops. Peaches, you're right in my way. She's right there. So, you know, you can see it hits kind of low for me. I'm always talking about how I would, you know, I like a higher strap drop. And so if it were like that, you know, I'd probably prefer it. I don't like it hitting quite at my hip, but I did want this vintage style and this pattern. It was important when I saw that trim, and this was in great shape. It's not faded. Most of the Tavern on the Green that I have is in good shape and not faded, but there is one piece that is pretty faded. Maybe it might show up in the video. I'm not sure, you know, with the lighting, how much that'll actually be visible, but it, sort of interesting comparison to make. You can see the black fades. So you can see it's just very pretty. Without, I think because of the colors are vibrant, so it's not too dainty. This one, amazingly enough, wasn't that expensive. I don't remember how much it was, but I remember feeling like, wow, this person's really giving this away. I don't know if she really knew what she had, or maybe she just wanted her, she just wanted to get rid of it. Okay, so that's that. The next one I could do is this, which is the Petite Vera. This was my first Tavern on the Green purchase. Probably still one of my more expensive vintage purchases, and the seller knew what she had, and it's in excellent condition. No wear, no fading, just great condition. For people who aren't aware, the Petite Vera has 6 slip pockets inside and no cardboard base. Doesn't come with a base. There's no sleeve for a base. I have at least 2 of these now, and neither of them came with a base. And no exterior pockets on either side. And again, that covered button and loop closure that I know I don't work. Because I don't want to tax this button. It's not worth it to me on a vintage piece to do that. So you see the rabbits. The beautiful blue flowers right there. Love that cornflower blue kind of color. And there's another bird. I don't know if that's the same bird that was on the bottom of my other bag. Just hard for me to resist this pattern. No, that's a different bird. So there were at least 3. There are at least 3 bird color combinations that I can see in this pattern. And so this is a smaller dog chewed my tape measure. So now I have trouble telling which end is which. This is 11 top to bottom. And about 11 across the top. Strap drop. And these are those thick padded quilted straps, which is nice. 10-inch strap drop. So that's a nice shorter strap drop for me, but it is a much smaller bag. So I don't carry it that often because of that. But at least it sits up high, which is nice. I have to pardon my schlumpy outfit. Nobody's going. I'm not going anywhere. I mean, it's just letting it all go. Luckily, I don't color my hair, so I don't have to worry about that. Finally, not coloring my hair pays off. I don't have to worry about the real me showing up after a couple of months, weeks or months. So let me take out what I have in here, because I do have 2 other pieces in here, and I can just try to show the inside. It's dark, it's black, so it won't be easy to see, but you can see that little strip of fabric in there. That's the top edge of the interior slip pockets, and there are, like I said, there are 6. The 2 main ones, there's the wide, bigger ones on each side of the bag, and then there are these real narrow. You can't see them here, but they're bordered. The 2 bigger slip pockets are surrounded by these very narrow slip pockets that almost just seem pointless. I mean, maybe you could slip a pen in there or a comb or something. And so, again, you won't be able to see, but there's no base down there. But I don't have any trouble with this bag, keeping its shape. And also nice about this particular style is that wide band of trim up on the top. So you get the rooster there. All the detail in the tail feathers on that rooster. Again, the foliage. And the unicorn. I love that unicorn. You know, what I love about that unicorn is how well done it is and that the shadow is blue. The shadow is a real cornflower blue rather than a gray or a black. To appreciate the use of color there. The stag. So that's that. The other side is actually almost the same exact piece of trim. I never noticed that. It's another unicorn. Whenever I look at items like this, I'm always going for the unicorn. If it doesn't have at least one decent unicorn in a decent spot, it's not worth it to me. For me, this pattern, while this pattern is about a lot of things, you need that unicorn. You absolutely need that unicorn to me to make it worthwhile. So actually, while I'm thinking of it, this is a larger, I mean, I don't officially know the name of this tote, whether it's the extra large Vera, but it does have the same kind of covered button and a loop closure. You can see it's quite gigantic compared, but you can see too, oh, it's working. The light is cooperating. You can see the difference here. This large one is quite faded, and I knew that going in. This was a very good price. I think it was, it was between $20 and $30 for this. So I knew going in it was faded, but I could also see that it was in good shape as far as wear. So, the straps don't show any wear, even though they're faded. The bottom doesn't show any wear. So, I'm assuming this person carried it, but it's odd that it doesn't have wear, but it's faded. So maybe it was just kept out somewhere where light was hitting it, rather than being stored, in a closet or something. I don't know. It does have a pocket on the, well, technically this is the back because that's where the loop closure is. The front there has the button, unless that's some kind of production error. And it has two strips. This one's nice because it has the top and the bottom with the strips of trim. I don't use this one as much because it does seem a little bit more, since it's faded, I guess I just wanted to be a little bit more careful with it, like it maybe is a little bit more delicate. There's a little piece of wear, a little scuff there on the edge. Whenever I find stuff like that, I tend just to put a little fabric glue on it to make a seal, let it dry, make a seal, and then it goes to the wash fine. I've done that on other things, non-Vera fabric things, and it holds stuff together well. Oh my goodness, Peaches. Sorry if you can hear her chewing sounds. So that's quite a difference. This is big, like your typical Vera tote. Whoop. That one is tiny. And again, I think you really can see the difference, right, in the black being faded on this. But if you don't have to compare, it's okay, you can get away with it. Okay, so this also 6 slip pockets inside. You won't be able to see anything. And no base. Did not come with a base or a sleeve, removable sleeve. So I'm not so much of an expert that I know if this style came with a base originally, but my guess is that it did not. Just something about the shape of it and the bottom makes me think it didn't, but I'm not 100% sure. And it has the 6 slip pockets in there, and they're all pretty good size. just like you would find on your Vera today, except they're, and in this they're quilted, that quilted fabric. So that's that. I have used it once or twice to go to my dad, just put lightweight stuff in there. That's tends to be how I use these larger tote bags that don't have a closure, zip top closure. So then, can get to some smaller items. I'm not really sure what this is called, but it looks to be some kind of jewelry or travel case. It has a trifold construction with a strip of Velcro there that meets up with the other piece here. And inside, it has this slip pocket on the bottom with this sort of flap covering the opening. And then the center section has 3 slip pockets. And the top has another very shallow slip pocket with a flap, another flap over the opening. No pockets on the outside. So I might thought when I saw this, well, I knew it was in good shape. And this is just a ribbon, decorative ribbon to grab to open it. And it's nice, edged with this nice little border. And I guess my feeling about this was that I would just use it to contain small loose things when I travel. The one thing I will note about this is that it doesn't have any of the trim on it. And, sorry, this seems to be the only piece that might have been from the trim, and it was the only one I could find with just a little bit of unicorn. So I did break my, no unicorn, no purchase rule. Because I was so intrigued by this item, and it was in super good shape. And the woman was selling another one of these. I bought, I think, maybe 2 or 3 things from her, and she's always got really good stuff. And in great condition, and she's very honest. She represents her product honestly, truthfully. And the other one that she had didn't even have that not even that tiny bit of unicorn. So I went with this because I did want the item. I thought I'd never seen this before. I have since found another one of these in, I think, the pattern is springtime. I'll have to show that in another video at some point. Anyway, so that's that. And this is just about, my guess would be this is about 11 or 12 inches. Yeah, 11. 11 inches the long way. And are you hot, Peaches? I hear you panting. And 6 inches this way, so 18 inches, I guess. No, because this is not 6. So this is about 12 and a couple more inches here, maybe 14 inches in length. Not a huge, 14 and a half. Not a huge Velcro fan. Not crazy about the fact that lint can get stuck in there. I mean, this is in good shape. It doesn't have any dirt in there right now because it's basically new. I don't think I got the tag with this, but I mean, it was not really used. But I also don't like the sound. It's like that episode of Seinfeld where Jerry's father doesn't like the Velcro wallet sound. So not a huge Velcro fan, but that's okay because I wanted this item. And I have this, which is the Elite, ow, Peaches. I think this is called the Elite Crossbody, again, Velcro. This I did get the tag. This is new with tag. I washed all of these items, all of them, including this. They all went through the wash fine. And this one does have unicorns on the front flap here, 2 unicorns. And so I went for them. Just really, again, anything with that big trim wrapping around is very hard for me to resist. And it wraps around to the back and then stops at the bottom. It doesn't go across the bottom there. And a rabbit upside down, but the squirrel again upside down. But like that's, you can see now what I'm saying, that stuff is just sort of whimsically swirling around. And inside, there are two sort of slip pocket areas here, and a long crossbody strap that is not removable, but I'm not going to wear this as a crossbody. I'm going to use this as a clutch. This is too short for me. This crossbody strap, I mean, maybe it's not a crossbody. Maybe they just mean it to be a shoulder bag. It hangs kind of low at your hip. Peaches, there's nothing you need right now. So anyway, I'm not sure exactly how they were intending this to use. I thought this was a crossbody bag, but this is a rather short strap for that, and it's not adjustable. So I just tuck it in the back slip pocket. Not a problem. And in between those two slip pockets, there's a zipper pocket. Also lined with the fabric, which is nice. And so it's nice to always have that little bit of security. Can I help you? You can come up if you want. Just, don't make trouble. So that was that. The Elite came new with tags. Does have Velcro. No grime in the Velcro yet. That's always a good indication that hasn't been too used, I feel like. Because once fuzzies and lint get in the Velcro, that's it. It's there. It's there for eternity. So it's a tell. It's a real tell about the wear of an item, I feel like. If you're looking at pictures and they show the Velcro and you can see the Velcro looks clean, I think that's good information. So about 8 1/4 across this way. About 5 1/2 that way, top to bottom. So very pleased with that. Those are my smaller items. And what is going on here? Hi, puppy love. Hi. Okay, I'm almost done. I'm almost done. And my last piece, which is probably my favorite piece, is the Paddy. Looked for this for a while, wanted it in good shape. I've been talking about the Paddy recently, so people know that I do like it, and I will put some links to those videos, so I won't go over, every feature. But it's that, that toothy plastic zipper top, and 6 interior slip pockets, and a removable base that's in a sleeve that's also removable, and 1 exterior slip pocket on one side of the bag and nothing on the back. That's your basics. But I looked for this for a while because I wanted some trim with the unicorns, Somewhere I wanted unicorns. This one here too, but the strap kind of blocks it when it's up. So I was very pleased when I saw this. It was new. I wouldn't say it's new. It was new. I would say it's excellent, very good to excellent condition. So very pleased with this. I don't know what's going on over there, but I kind of like it to stop before it really turns into something. It's a little dark. That's better. So, sits up nice and high like I like. Just really one of my favorite bags. Very pleased to acquire this one. I feel like this is a real good vintage find for me. Okay, puppies. So that was it. All of my Tavern on the Green. Uh-oh. Gonna end with a unicorn. My Tavern on the Green collection for National Unicorn Day. Okay. Oh, ow. Don't push me over. Oh, my goodness. Anyway, thanks. Peaches. Thanks so much for watching, and hopefully see you next time on Vera Bradley Bag of the Day. Okay, crazies, stop.